Today I'm going to go through ConvertKit versus Kajabi, mostly for email marketing, but we'll also go into the product features a little bit too, just to help you decide which one is right for you. Hi everyone, I'm Lainey. I'm a wedding invitation designer, and I also like to teach creative entrepreneurs how to make money. A big part of that is email marketing. So if you haven't got an email marketing platform yet, I can't tell you the benefits of this. First of all, it's just a little bit more intimate than spewing something on social media. When someone allows you into their inbox, they're more likely to read it. It's more likely to physically get to them. And a lot of people like to say, I think it's a little silly, but people like to say you own your email list. You kind of do, but unless you're downloading it all the time, then, if ConvertKit has an outage, it's just as bad as if Instagram has an outage. So I don't think that's as important, but it is kind of important to know that, unless ConvertKit specifically goes down, you do always have access to this email list that people have given you permission to send things into their inbox, which I think is pretty good buy-in for someone. It shows that they're interested in you a little bit more than just like a like or something on Instagram. So in the past, I would have said that Kajabi is just much better for like a membership, product delivery, sales, etc. You can do a whole website on there. So they have just so many other features, which is why they're more expensive. And also I think their email features are a little bit different because it really connects with all this other stuff. Honestly, though, ConvertKit has added this section where you can do products. You can add a tip, which I think is a little interesting. But you can do products like a subscription payment, digital downloads, etc., directly through ConvertKit, which is kind of cool. I think it's still not as robust as Kajabi's as far as like having a membership community. If you have a subscription and you do a bunch of courses, as far as like video hosting, etc., you're not going to be able to do that here on ConvertKit. But you would be able to, for instance, sell that and then link it to something else if you have something internally on your website where you host the courses, etc. If you are looking for a platform where you can also host the courses and do all of that, then Kajabi is probably going to be the platform for you. But if you only have some like digital download products, then honestly, ConvertKit works really well for that. And I like that you can use all their automation features and connect them throughout your emails as well. So as far as sending out an email, they call them broadcasts here. They call them email campaigns. Call them email campaigns in Kajabi. I can't talk today. They're very similar as far as what you can do. There's going to be some templates that you can use. And then you can also embed things a little bit easier in ConvertKit, like embedding a video that will play. You can't do that in Kajabi. You can put in a picture that is the cover of the video, and they can click on it and go to it and watch it, but you can't actually embed the video. Which honestly, in this last email, that's what I did anyway, because I wanted them to go to YouTube and watch it. So I don't think it's a huge differentiator. You'll see that I use very simple emails, so neither of these platforms is going to be the most beautiful. Honestly, studies have shown that plain text emails are the most effective for email marketing. So a lot of the really heavy email marketers use these. A lot of emails that you like to read probably use this as opposed to something that's really beautiful. In ConvertKit, you can do custom coding in your email, so you can create all kinds of beautiful templates. You can purchase those. Lots of people sell them, but honestly, I think for a lot of the simple features, it's going to be very similar. So when you're doing a new broadcast, you basically can just go in here and start typing all your content. There's some templates over here that might be helpful to you. I like that these don't have a lot of the custom code, etc. And then you can add over here any type of image file, button divider, countdown timer, or gallery. Over in Kajabi, there are all of these templates you can use. Again, I don't think they're the best always. Sometimes, but I like to use a classic editor. Let's give this a random title. And then you do have to figure out who's going to send it first, whereas you do that second in ConvertKit. But as far as the content, it's very similar. You can add images, buttons, links, personalize things with first name where it automatically fills in their first name or last name, etc. You can do all of those same things in ConvertKit as well. Then when you're looking at your landing pages and forms, because that's how people are actually going to sign up, you can use a custom domain here. So you'll set that up in your settings, and then your forms can actually live on your custom domain. One of the things is I switched to Kajabi when I started doing all of my products and membership through there. And I switched all my email marketing over there, but I'm still paying a little bit for ConvertKit because I still have some forms that are on their domain because I didn't have my custom domain set up. So I highly recommend doing that. But their forms are great. It's really easy to customize. You can add colors, you can change the fonts, etc. You can't do like anything you want, but they look pretty good. On the other hand, I think the forms in Kajabi are not as beautiful, but you can embed them really easily on a page. So basically all you can do is, let's see what this one looks like. Preview. You can create something really simple like this and then embed it on a pretty page with the pictures and that kind of thing. And that's kind of how they want you to do it, because they want you to use their website feature for the actual page and then just have the form be really simple. You could do the same thing here by creating a really simple form, or I can embed this whole thing with the pictures, etc. on the page. So I think ConvertKit definitely has a win on the forms and landing pages. However, you can really, again, I don't think it's like that big of a differentiator, because in both you can embed them on a page that is really beautiful. But if you want it all to be within this system, then definitely ConvertKit is a winner there. Now, the biggest thing that I like about ConvertKit is their automation capabilities, which are more intense and robust than Kajabi's. So I'll show you this rule. This is probably the biggest thing, is when you want to let the subscribers have impact on what they're receiving or have impact on how you respond. They don't have that much capability in Kajabi. There's not really like click actions, whereas here you can do a lot of things. So if someone clicks a link for an SEO guide, I can just add this tag that they clicked on the SEO guide. That shows that they're maybe interested in SEO, and then I can target them for that guide when it comes back again. Another option is when they sign up on my footer, which is my general form on the bottom of my website, they could click if they're engaged, single, married, business owner, wedding planner, and that helps me figure out what they're here for, what type of emails, because I have a few different audiences that I serve, and if they're signing up on a form that's very generalized and not on a specific page, then I don't really know how to target them. So this way they can select it. It's also an option of like, if you're launching a product, they can say, hey, I'm not interested in this product. Please don't send me any more emails. Then you're not spamming them during that week. But they don't have to unsubscribe in order to get out of that spam or start deleting those emails and get annoyed with you. So I like that you can have these click actions. Over in Kajabi, you have some level of automation capability, but it's not necessarily a click action. So you can go in here. These are all standalone automations, which you'll see is different than in ConvertKit. The ones that are not standalone are called pipelines, and I'll show you those in a second. So for instance, if I add the tag, that they're interested in SEO or they're on this wait list, then I could subscribe them to an email system sequence, or unsubscribe or register to an event or send a coupon. So lots of good options. And then you can always do that, like if they don't, already have this other tag, or if they haven't used this coupon before, or if they don't own this product yet. So you can send out an email to people about your product, but you can exclude people who've already bought the product, which I think is helpful. So you're not spamming those people after they've already bought that product. But they can't really give you a ton of feedback. So that's probably the biggest difference in the actual email automation capabilities between these two systems, is that there's not a lot of feedback. And that's something that I do miss about ConvertKit, because I think it would make my email marketing a bit more effective. But I'm able to add tags and things on the back end. So there are kind of workarounds for that if you want to use Kajabi for their more robust products and video courses, etc. So in Kajabi, when you put everything together, it's called a pipeline. And so there's tons of templates that you can use. Let's check those out. Like a sales page, a product launch, a coaching campaign, a freebie. So I've already gone through and added this freebie pipeline. And that's basically connecting your marketing with other stuff within your Kajabi account. So when they opt in, they're basically getting this freebie email sequence, and I can just upload the freebie, but I can also add as many emails to this as I want. And then if they do something on this email, so after that email is sent, then I can like register to them event, add them a tag, etc. if they do something. If they were added recently, if we delivered an email or didn't deliver an email. So there's a little bit that you can do, but it's not really like an if then. So if they click this link, do this. If they didn't click this link, don't do this. And there's a little bit more of that in ConvertKit. So I'll show you how that looks. And they look very similar. As you can see, this pipeline, when you click on it, the page that you are taken to is very visual. You can add and subtract steps, and then you can edit the steps as you go. So if I click on this, I can edit this step. but you can like add your automations, add steps, do a lot of things. This one is set because it's one of those templates that we created. There we go. But you can add a page to this automation, and it's very visual, and you'll see something very similar over here. So it looks very similar. You have this action up here, and then I add a tag, then I send them an email sequence, and then when they complete it, I change their tag to something different so that I know who's currently in the sequence and who's finished with the sequence, and I can target them differently. What's good about this is you can add like multiple things. So there's 2 different forms that people could use to sign up for the sequence. And so it's nice that I can use both of those and then connect them to the same thing. So then if we add something, you can add an event, which is where you jump to here when a tag is added. So for instance, if they were to click something that says, no, I don't want any more of these, then you could jump down and, give them the new stuff that's different, that doesn't include, say there's an email that's like, I already know some of the things that you were teaching me in this sequence, I can jump to the second part of the sequence, which is really powerful. If they purchase a product, you can stop spamming them, etc. And I like that the date occurs. So then if you have something that's like a Valentine's sale, you can really make your sequences work around that no matter when the person signs up. These are the different actions that you can do, which is like delay, move subscriber, send them to an email sequence, lots of good stuff here. And then the condition is like, change this tag if they have this tag, if they've done this other thing. So I like that there's somewhat of conditional logic. It's not always perfect, but that gives you just a lot more capability to customize your flow. So in general, like when I was using ConvertKit, I was not using all of the capabilities that it had. You can see this is a very simple flow. They add a tag, they go through the flow, they add a different tag. That's kind of it. But even so, I was getting a lot more segmenting. And so I was finding that I wasn't using it too much, which was part of the reason that I just decided to go ahead and switch to Kajabi. But if you are interested in using all of that segmenting, it is very powerful. And the advanced reporting that you can get, which isn't available on my account because I have a lower end account, but the advanced reporting is really powerful. So you can see, for instance, in these broadcasts that you're sending, you're able to actually go into the link section and see not only how many people clicked that link, but who clicked that link. So then when you open up this page, my subscribers have been deleted because I moved them over to Kajabi, but I would be able to like select all and add a tag to anyone who clicked this link after the fact. So if you don't set up that automation that says, when someone clicks the link, add this tag, you can go in and do it after the fact. When you go into Kajabi, you do have the ability to see who has clicked a link, but you don't actually have the ability to see which links they've clicked if there's multiple links within that email. So that's a lot of segmenting that you're not able to do. So you want to just kind of pay attention to which links you're sending in the emails. And it's, it's not a deal breaker, but you can see that 17% of people clicked, and you can see who clicked, but if there's multiple links, then they don't give you that breakdown information. So to me, the decision isn't necessarily about like the email templates, how pretty they are to edit. I know that's maybe what you came here for, but to me, the decision is about what capabilities you need from this platform. If you're just doing digital products, or if you're only selling stuff on your website, Shopify, etc., then I think ConvertKit is going to give you a lot more email segmenting, customization, and automation capabilities. If you are interested in running a membership, doing video courses, and you need platforms to host all of those things, then I do think the email capabilities on Kajabi are pretty good. They're not going to be quite as robust as far as getting that feedback from your subscribers, and then the conditional logic of like, if this happens, then this should happen. So those are the 2 main things that you don't get in Kajabi that I wish we did, and maybe they're working on them. I think they're working on conditional logic a little bit, but that roadmap might be a little bit further than you want to wait. So if you need a hosting platform for your products, if you're doing video courses and you don't want to host them on your website, if you want an actual community for your membership on the site, then Kajabi is really great for you and has a lot of good things that you can do. ConvertKit is definitely better as far as the specific email marketing function. So I think it just kind of depends on which one you want. And then of course, I think it's important to talk about pricing when you're comparing these systems because the pricing is very, very different. So ConvertKit is just for email marketing, but you can also do digital downloads, sell certain things that are not hosted there, but are hosted in other places. They do have a free plan if you want to get started, and then you can move up to like the $9 creative plan if you want the full automation and advanced reporting and stuff, you'll move up to this Creator Pro plan for $25 a month. I have a link in the description that will get you a 14-day free trial, which is a little bit longer than their standard free trial. So this is all pretty reasonable. You can definitely see the value behind this. Kajabi, like I mentioned, has a lot more capabilities for like video hosting, etc. And it is going to be a good bit more expensive, as you see. So they base it on the number of products that you have. So pay attention to that. If you have a very big video course that's like pivotal to your business that you want to host somewhere else, then this is going to be a good option. So it's definitely a little more expensive. I do have a link in the description that will give you a little bit of a discount on this. But you're starting at $119 a month versus, starting for free or $9 or $25 a month. So if email marketing is the only thing that you want to do, definitely recommend ConvertKit because you're going to save a lot of money. Kajabi is not worth it just for the email marketing, and it's not quite as robust as ConvertKit. But if you do need a hosting platform for courses, etc., you can even do your entire website on Kajabi. Like I showed you, they have a whole website page as well, and they can sell a lot of other things that ConvertKit can't really manage. So I like to just think about it as kind of two different options. Like Kajabi is a product course hosting site that happens to have email marketing, whereas ConvertKit is an email marketing platform that happens to have a little bit of product selling, not necessarily hosting as well. So I hope this video was helpful in showing you the differences between ConvertKit and Kajabi and letting you think about those things. You can get extended trials and discounts with the links in the description of this video for both platforms. I have and currently use both platforms and love them both, just for slightly different things. While you're here, I hope you'll stick around, subscribe, watch some more videos about running a successful creative business. Thanks, everybody.